So I am quite amazed that a lot of people at the moment are having such a difficult time with their emotions and with their social lives and with their mental health. I'm noticing it more and more, and my heart really goes out to them. It's really, really difficult for all of us to get along today. And I think really most of us are having many more difficulties with the way we're raised because none of the tools for life are passed on to parents, so they're not able to raise their children in any kind of sound and secure and safe way. And it came home to me when I was doing a workshop recently of how many people don't quite understand how safe and secure it would have been in tribal life. And yeah, as I say, my heart goes out to them. I'm not exempt either, because I've had an awful lot of problems in my life. Things that have been caused by society, by authority, by so many different factors that I think it's probably pretty impossible to grow up in this society now and be relatively unscathed. All of us tend to develop something. And also, on reflecting on this, I feel how much it's my job, my role as a medicine man, to offer a hand and to try to pull people up out of the bogs they've sunk into. It's pretty awful, really, and pretty stressing, pretty uncomfortable. But it all depends on how much people can recognise how much they need to have themselves be pulled out of the bog. Do they? Do they recognise this? I've often said that I'll pull you up out of the quicksand if you're sinking into it. But please don't think that I will go down into it with you. A lot of people are fearful of what they have going on inside them. And a lot of them tend to think that I don't understand what's going on inside them, or maybe I don't feel that I can help them, but I know I can help them if they will only put their trust in seeing things in a little bit of a more realistic way. That's really all we need to do a lot of the time. Being simple, being straightforward, just seeing things as they are. That's what we all need to do, really. Because we're here, we're living with it, we're living with all this discomfort and all this crap that's going on around us in the world. And what do we do about it? Well, we can't just fall down on the floor. We've got to try and stick together and help each other. And that's something I always talk about wherever I am, whether I'm talking on here, on one of my video talks, or whether I'm doing a workshop. We've got to get real, see it as it is, and help each other along, and try to make some kind of sense out of what this society is trying or not trying to do. While we'd all like to find some magical solution that heals us overnight, giving us relief from all our pain, on a realistic level, that's unlikely to happen. There is no healing like the healing we can experience when we return to our source. And by that I mean that state of mind that reconnects us to our ancestors in a prehistoric age. That's what I will call a more original way of thinking and relating to life. Oh, I can feel primary organic thinking coming on, I hear you say. And of course you'd be right. That is what this is about. We're all in a bit of a state. We're all trying our best sometimes to try and pull ourselves up out of it, but we do need that little bit of help, and we do need to start thinking back to the way we used to think and feel in earlier times. I guarantee that is going to help us more than anything else. And that's because it was a successful way of thinking and feeling. Our ancestors got by with it. Okay, they were living in a different world, but that isn't the point. The point is that we see things as they are, we think realistically, and we start to seriously take on the values of the natural world. The natural world's still there. Have we not noticed? It's still outside, ticking along. And the natural world, spring, summer, autumn, winter, there are many values. The sun, the moon, the stars, the rain, the wind. There are many values in all these elements that we have around us. So when we're suffering an awful lot with emotional difficulties, with mental difficulties, social difficulties, whatever they are, we have got to start to band together and to understand what these values of the natural world can give to us. The springtime bequeaths to us the idea of new growth, inspiring us to tackle things in a brand new way. The summer bequeaths the idea of blossoming, expressing what we have, appreciating and loving what we have. The autumn or the fall can inspire us to prepare for change and transformation, because nothing lasts forever. While the winter teaches us to let go, to embrace endings and the idea of death. And what about the idea of shooting up or carrying on through impossible circumstances? Isn't the natural world the cleverest at teaching us how to do that? These are values which we simply don't value. Couldn't we do with teaching our children about all of this? It's after all something our beloved ancestors knew long, long ago. Civilizations have fallen all over the globe for many, many thousands of years, and this one's no different. So we've got to be a bit like, I suppose in some ways I see it like when the Titanic went down and the band carried on playing, or so it said. That's one way of looking at it, but it's going down anyway. So we might as well come together, and we might as well stand together and make some sense of it by calling upon these natural world values, practicing a little bit of, you know what, primary organic thinking, a little bit of pot, but not the pot that is the pot that you might be thinking about. That's just an abbreviation. Primary organic thinking. And if you want to know more about that, then come to a course that I might run, a workshop. Join a course. You can do it online or you can come to a workshop. However you are, whatever you feel, whatever is happening for you, you must remember that there is hope, because we can find a way of getting along when we're suffering so much. Most of us have had suffering during childhood. Most of the people I talk to have had a terribly hard time. And it does break my heart that so many good people have had this terrible time and they spend the rest of their adult lives trying to sort it out. But it can be sorted out. At least it can be looked at and understood. And that's half the battle. It really is. So if my hand reaches out to you, if you feel that, then take hold of it and try to allow yourself to be pulled up a little. Try to allow yourself to respect yourself and assert yourself in a way you haven't done before. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself an opportunity to find that self-acceptance, because that will help you more than anything else. And yeah, okay, what's happened in the past has happened, but you don't really need to drag it along with you. You need to see the future as you trying to do something to help you. And then if we all have that attitude, we can help each other and maybe get along a bit better. Anyway, these are my thoughts this evening. But now I'm going to do something I don't normally do on video. Shastivan. Keep hope. Thanks for watching.